Welcome to Uncommon Courtesy,
where we give you the courtesy of conversation.
That's uncommonly spoke of.
I'm D-Mac.
I'm Wesley.
And this the show. So, looks like Joe Biden's out here messing up.
Yeah, pretty major, man. I mean, right now, they're saying that President Joe Biden's support for Israeli military offensive in Gaza mixed with student anger over police crackdowns on anti-war campus protests is complicating the work of Democratic young groups trying to engage classmates and other Generation Z voters ahead of this year's election. I mean, we can look at just the Generation Z voters, but it's everybody. I think people of color are really getting like disheartened just by the whole entire actions in Gaza, you know, and his inaction, I should say, in Gaza.
Well, I think his inactions here in America too. I mean, like, you know, a lot of African American voters have woken up to the Democratic Party and realized y'all don't do nothing for us except for come around and ask for our vote. Now, if they cared about African American voters, they would actually make sure our vote still counts, because our vote has been under attack ever since Donald Trump lost the last election, and he's done nothing to stop it. Now understand this: they've done nothing to stop that. During the Biden administration, women lost reproductive rights in a lot of cities. Roe versus Wade got overturned. He's funding a genocide.
Yes, yeah.
He's letting kids get beat up, and
he's defending that.
He's defending the kids. They're trying. The Democrats also signed that bill, I believe it was the House, to take away our free speech.
I believe it was 70 Democrats went against it, and I believe like possibly 20 Republicans or something like that, or maybe it was the other way around. Don't you know? But it was like something like that. I he came out the other day speaking about the protest, and just the whole entire attack that he took, just an extended period of time of him waiting. He was hoping that these people would go in and quash the protest quicker, so he didn't have to comment on it, because he understands he's having to walk a fine line with the protest groups being younger voters who are mostly liberal type Democratic voters. Of course, people who are protesting more or less most times are more liberal. That's just what it is. And then at the same time, you have Israel on the other side of this. That's who's pro-Israel, you know, groups on the other side of the protest who are saying that you should never be able to speak ill of Israel in any way, shape, or form. We should have saw the law that they tried to pass.
Yeah, no, I saw it. I saw it. 690. 6090.
It's crazy, man. But and so that's
crazy that you have to get rid of the Bible.
Yeah, that he's sitting here trying to toe a line between right and wrong when everyone sees it. I'm gonna tell you something else though. Honestly, man, when I was sitting back, I was watching this show today, and they were talking like, we're not gonna get away from the Biden thing. It just kind of adds into it. But they were speaking about like it was a Palestinian. He was like a diplomat of some sort, and they were talking about the ceasefire. They were like, okay, yeah, and this is on America for them to stop this, because they'll do what America says, and America's not doing enough to stop it. When I'm listening to that, I'm thinking back on kind of like like what you said at one point in time, like, you can't be mad at me for my reaction to what you did to me, you know. And at the same time, I'm like, man, don't try to put all the onus on us right now. That is just all about us. Y'all did go in there and kill 1,200 people.
Yeah. Steal
people, all kind of stuff. I mean, this did happen. Let's not forget what happened, what started.
Yeah, but to the point now, it's overkill on this. You know what I'm saying? You went in there, you sent a message. They're not fighting you back. Israel's not getting bombed right now. They're not getting, their lands aren't getting blown up. No one's blowing up their hospitals. It's a one-sided fight.
But trust me, I agree with that. So, but at the same time, don't throw a rock and then cry.
Yeah.
Period. Don't do that. Don't throw a boulder and then cry. 1,200 people is not a drop in the pan. That's a lot of people, man.
Yeah, it's a lot of people. So it's 3,400.
So it's 34,000.
34,000, excuse me.
You know what I mean? Like probably more than that. Don't get me wrong. It is, but where do you tell a person that it's too much? Well, am I supposed to give you 1,200 back? You know what I mean? Am I supposed to give you?
It's too much when it's to the point where you done destroyed the cities. You blew up all the hospitals where they were taking the wounded people. You done killed major children and women. And you're blowing up aid workers. To this point, you can stop the war if you wanted. They're not going to come fight you back.
Eventually they might.
Yeah, well, no, they're going to. All those young people that survived all this, they have beef with you now. I would too.
And you got to look at it from both sides, though. You know what I mean? Like, do you think those 1,200 people who lost people, and those 1,200 people who were lost, plus the ones who were probably...
but we don't even know if they did it, because for some reason, there's no video of it, and now there's 50 people that have committed suicide that potentially could tell the truth.
I saw a video of them in Gaza. I mean, of the Palestinians crossing over into Israel. I saw a video of it. They showed video of it.
Yeah.
People were inside their house screaming and yelling, all kind of stuff. They wore, like with the police wear, those vest cams. They wanted people to know it was them. They did it.
Did they? Or was it,
They did.
You know how they said with 9/11, right?
Denied doing it, though.
Sacrifice a few for the many.
But that goes for both perspectives, though. You don't think that they knew that they were going to come in and do this so they can then condemn them?
I mean, Osama bin Laden claimed 9/11, but we know that wasn't real. I mean, he was just like, I'll take that one.
You don't think he had something to do with it? You don't think his terror network had something to do with it?
If he had something to do with it, why they let his whole family fly out that same day?
That's oil money. It's totally different. I mean, you can't look at it like his family versus what he did.
Yeah.
That only happens to us in this country, okay? That only happens to the guy who killed the 4 police officers over in Seattle.
Oh, Clarence. Clarence, what is his last name?
But listen, but the point of it is, I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
I mean, but we do have to understand there was an initial action that took place here. They've also said that there should not we cannot have an Israeli state. Israel should not exist. This is what a neighbor of yours, not even a neighboring country. They're pretty much inside of your country. You're allowing them to exist inside of your country. It's messed up that it's that way.
But I mean, the whole thing. I mean,
it's messed up that it's that
we
way.
can talk all the history in those lands and stuff because it's a lot deeper than that.
No, trust me, I understand.
It's a lot deeper. But I'm saying right now they committed genocide. Joe Biden is not doing nothing to stop it. Also, the thing I don't like about Joe Biden is that he wants to ban menthol cigarettes. We talked about in the last episode. I'm going to talk about this. Look, menthols today, menthols tomorrow, menthols forever. All right?
But I mean, ban
whiskey. Bet you won't do that.
And on top of that,
ban Jack Daniels.
On top of that, when we sit back and we really look
ban Subway.
What the Democratic Party has really done, they haven't, like you said, they haven't stood up for anything when it comes to making sure that we voted for him 88%.
Yeah.
There's no other demographic in this country that went 88% for Joe Biden. There's just not. And so there should be a lot more onus on what are you doing for black people in this country. And they're not giving that. He's not doing that at all.
I mean, he's still probably going to win because,
I don't know about that one, man.
I mean, you see what's on the other side.
I mean, but that doesn't happen. We saw what was on the other side when Hillary ran and she lost.
Nah. We saw kind of what was on the other side. But we ain't know. That boy was wild.
He's leading in several key swing states now.
You know what's crazy? When they do those polls, they ask like 10 people in the office to do the poll. Sometimes I've never walked somewhere and they ask me to do a poll. Yeah. And I go places.
Me neither.
No one has. Because they're in their office and they ask the people in their news office, hey, who would you vote for? And they ask them, they're like, okay, we just took another poll. You got to look at the fine print. They only ask like 200 people sometimes if they do take a poll.
I mean, I hear a lot of people. I speak to a lot of people, but I speak to a number of people who are not going to vote for Biden because they don't feel they feel like there's inflation. They feel like the economy. They don't feel like it's bad, but they don't feel like it's good. They don't feel like our country's going in the right direction.
Yeah, but was it better? Was it better with the other guy? Because I remember, excuse me, with the other guy, everything was shut down. The economy was in the crapper. Mm-hmm. We weren't taking the virus seriously.
I remember.
And a lot of people lost their businesses. A lot of people didn't get paid off their rent. I mean, we wasn't, don't look bad. Don't look at the first 2 years of Donald Trump's presidency and say we were better off. No, those are Obama years. Kid you not. The economy was running because Obama made the economy run after 8 years smoothly. The last 2 years of Donald Trump's presidency is what we're in for.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I agree. This is just me saying from a standpoint of this is America.
Well, I mean, neither one of them. Check it out. Joe Biden looks like he don't know where he's at all times. Mm-hmm. Donald Trump is an old man snoozer. I seen him in court. He passing out. They got to put electronic devices on him to wake him up. He in there sleeping and farting.
I mean, like I say, man, point of it is a lot of people are discussing this, and I'm hearing it from a lot of people who are just like, Joe Biden, this is not the way to go. I mean, you got Trump saying he's saying a number of different things that are just like he said the police immunity thing the other day.
Yeah,
that's not gonna help you with the black vote. But right now he's polling at he's getting 70. Last time he got 12% of the black vote, more or less. This time he's getting 17%. That's a big margin. People don't understand 5 percentage points. Like, go back into 15,000 votes or 11,000 votes in Georgia.
Well, that's just like Hillary Clinton when she lost the election. She lost it by like 15,000 votes.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, in a lot of places, a lot of states.
That's way more than 15,000 votes, 5%.
Yeah.
And so I think there's a number of people who are really looking at it. I mean, you got the younger vote right now. I think they're going to be galvanized or really enthusiastic.
Well, see, the thing is right now. So right now we have the Gaza protests going on, right? Mm-hmm. But we haven't even hit summer yet. It's May.
We got time.
It's May right now. We have a lot of stuff.
Walk him down in so many states, though. You don't understand.
I'm saying a lot of stuff can happen. A lot of stuff. Donald Trump could get immunity. They can shoot him. He cannot get immunity.
If he wins that trial, right now they're thinking it might be a hung jury. They might think they said that there's 2 lawyers on that jury. I didn't know that. There's 2 lawyers on that jury from New York. They said they found 12 people who pretty much said they don't feel one way or the other about Donald Trump. Do you believe that? I don't believe that. And so,
it makes sense. I mean, if you're white, totally, because his policies ain't affecting you.
But I don't think that you still have a feeling about it.
Nah, not really.
But so that's not true that his policies don't affect you, because you deal with immigrants, you deal with this, you deal with the same kind of problems that you deal with taxes. You think lawyers are not dealing with the tax burden that Biden's talking about? What is he saying? 50% tax.
I'm saying like this: if you're a white male between the ages of 35 and 70, he ain't affecting you. If you're a white male over 40, he ain't affecting you. I mean, if you're a white woman over 50, he ain't affecting you. You can't have kids no more, no way.
What I'm
his policies aren't you're well off. No, you ain't bothered by him. Your life, you have that privilege here in America to not be bothered by any of that stuff.
So does that make you less likely to care? Or
makes you impartial?
I don't know if it makes you impartial, but I think it almost makes you like, man, I don't really care that he's doing these things right here.
Yeah, because it's not affecting me.
That's not an impartiality, because it is affecting other people. So you're not caring about these things.
But a lot of people don't care about other people, man. A lot of people go through their days and they're just worried about themselves.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? I can't I can care about what's going on in Gaza, but I also got to go to work and make money, or else I'm gonna be on the streets.
That's true.
I can care about these kids in Colombia.
If he ends up getting pardoned with this, not pardon, I want to say pardon, my bad. If he ends up getting a hung jury, all summer long, what is he going to be saying? Oh, I beat the case. It was a bad case.
Teflon Don, witchcraft, or witch hunt.
Even been, harassing me on this. This is what he's going to be saying. So we got to understand that.
Oh, you think on the Stormy Daniels hush? I know Hope Hicks just testified.
Yeah, but she basically was saying that she said that he told her that it was for the presidential election, but she also made a case that he was concerned about his wife's, Melania's, feelings. So that's why he did it.
Well, if you cared about your wife's feelings, you wouldn't have been dipping in a porn star.
I understand that, but it happens sometimes. This is
what
you act like.
That doesn't happen. Not everyone has access to one of their favorite porn stars.
I'm not talking about just the porn star.
Ooh, Sienna West. I see her eating at Red Lobster down the street. Let me go holla.
No, all I'm saying is I'm talking more about.
Oh, Vanessa Del Rio. I saw her at Fred Meyer yesterday. Let me see if she'll let me pay for her cabbage.
I'm talking about more just the infidelity aspect of it. That happens in relationships. Those things happen.
Yeah, but I mean that's just the one he got caught doing. You know what I'm saying? Like I was saying, there's the one you get caught doing, and then there's the time that your wife goes through your phone and finds 100 women that you've been trying to fuck. You know what I'm saying? That you've been working on for a couple years.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, but I mean, talking about getting caught, Democratic U.S. Rep Henry Schuler of Texas and his wife were indicted on conspiracy and bribery charges and taken into custody Friday in connection with the U.S. Department of Justice probe into the couple's ties to the former Soviet Republican Azerbaijan. So from 2014 to 2021, him and his wife accepted nearly $600,000 in bribes from the energy company and a bank in Mexico in exchange. So they agreed to advance interests of countries and banks in the U.S., according to the indictment.
I mean, I'm like,
that's kind of American politics, isn't it?
That's pretty much what
that's what we all do.
Kind of what's been going on. We act like he probably took it. He probably should have had him kind of push it in through like as a lobbyist type of a deal.
Yeah, he must have did something.
He wanted to spend his own. He wanted to spend the money for himself though. He wanted the money sent directly to him, and he didn't want to deal with it because then he got campaign contributions and all that kind of stuff. I did the same thing Trump going through right now. He didn't want to have to deal with that. So yeah, man,
somebody must have told on him.
He had to be told on.
It must have been his mistress or something. They was like, look, 600,000. How many years is that? Hold on. Let me count the years, folks. Let me count the years. Hold on.
7 years.
7 years? 600,000? That ain't enough for me.
Eating like that often. But 600,000 in the back. I mean, it's about 100,000.
I need a little more than that. I need like $500,000 a year.
Yeah, I mean, but
I'm doing things for you over here, homie.
He probably got more than this. It's just what we know about. I mean, this is just what we found out.
And they're saying nearly $600,000 in bribes. So it wasn't even all cash.
2 foreign entities. You know what I mean?
He probably got tickets to Knott's Farm.
Plane tickets, everything.
Took his wife to a Dolly Parton concert.
This goes on a lot, man. This is
American politics.
I mean, all day. So I mean,
do nothing and take money.
And he's a Democrat as well too. So he's probably going to get removed from his seat.
Does it actually? They have to retire. Maybe remember they'd be like, step down, and the people be like,
step down.
Nowadays they'd be like, no.
or they can make him. I mean, he's going to want to fight this out, but I mean, he runs. It's every 2 years, so House seats are every 2 years. You run for re-election, so he's up for re-election already in November. I'm wondering, is he running? Does it say anything about him? Is he actually running for his seat again, or
his bond was only $100,000? For most people, don't understand. If your bond is $100,000, all you need is $10,000
for him and his wife. That was for him and his wife. It said in exchange for bribe payments from Azerbaijan oil company Cellular agreed to perform official acts. This is crazy. You know what I mean? And so he basically told them, pay for play.
Yeah.
Like, hey, man, you give me this money, I'm going to go in here and go make sure that, you know, these bills that you need to have taken care of, or to get you, you know, put you in this, you know, that right now Azerbaijan and Armenia are in like a kind of a conflict. They've been in a conflict for quite a while right now.
No, I didn't know about that.
Yeah. We kind of like to stay out of that whole entire situation right there. But, you know, this obviously we're involved.
We're involved in a lot of stuff we shouldn't be.
So what about the
I mean, right now it's like the thing that's just blowing my mind right now. You know, Mexico has went to the United Nations top court on Tuesday, accusing the nation, Ecuador, or Mexico's accusing Ecuador of violating international law by storming in the Mexican embassy in Quito and arresting the former Ecuador vice president, Jorge Glass. Hope I said that name. Who's been holding up there seeking asylum in Mexico. Now, like we talked about this before, folks, but like, how would I say this? How can we explain it? That's like somebody coming into your house. Like, your kid and another kid are arguing and fighting, right? Your kid runs inside the house. Another family storms your house, takes the kid, and be like, okay, now we got your kid. We dump it. We taking them. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is important stuff. Like, because this is foreign countries, sovereign lands. But Ecuador was like, yo, bitch, you thought.
I mean, but you got to look at Ecuador for what they really did, though. I mean, honestly, they're dead wrong, and there should be like major consequences.
Oh yeah, like you can't do that.
I say that though too. On top of it, is because what was the guy's name? WikiLeaks. What was his name?
Julian Assange. Snowden.
No, Julian Assange.
Julian Assange. Yeah,
he was in the UK, and he ran to the Ecuadorian what was that? The Ecuadorian
embassy,
and you know, in the UK, and hid there, and they didn't go inside and go get him, and he gave up a lot of U.S. You know, they're pleading and begging for us.
Oh, they wanted him bad too. They wanted him bad.
Yeah, really bad. He pretty much helped. What election was that? Was that Hillary's election? Was that? Wow, that was a while ago.
That was a while ago. That was during Obama. No, man, I don't remember.
He sent out a lot of emails. He put out a lot of bad emails about, you know, about Americans, diplomats, about stuff that our dirty laundry list was out there pretty much from Julian Assange. And so for them to go inside the Mexican embassy that's in their country and do that, it speaks volumes.
Yeah.
It's like, man, you want someone else to respect your sovereignty, but you're not willing to respect a different country's sovereignty in your nation.
And that can get ugly around the world because I mean, Israel already did it. They bombed Iran's, not their embassy. Yeah, not their embassy, the consulate. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And so, I mean, it's nasty work because when that starts happening, then it's a free for all, and then it'll be a world war. There's no sovereignty anymore. Mm-hmm. There's nothing. You know what I'm saying? There's no borders, no nothing. I mean, it's going to turn into nasty work. So I commend them for going up there and, you know, saying something.
They said Ecuador said Glass was wanted because of corruption convictions and not for political reasons, and he has argued that Mexico's granting of asylum to a convicted criminal was itself a violation of the Vienna Convention. But Celerio asserted Tuesday that there is no rule under international law that could nullify the inviolability of the embassy of Mexico, and no standard under which the assault could be termed as a lawful operation. So, I mean, basically, what he's telling them, hey, man, there's no reason for you to have come in here. Period, plain and simple. Doesn't matter. You guys came in with guns. You all pushed down some of our diplomats, and you raided our embassy. And so this is
they should have gave his ass up though. Dead ass. Like, look, you harboring a criminal. So what if that's like saying like this guy's a child rapist. He raped half a school in one day, and then he runs into an embassy of a foreign country, and y'all acting like, nah, we gonna let him stay here. Y'all just stay out there.
But there's countries like this. I can't remember if this was Ecuador. There's other people who had left these other countries, right? And they're like, sometimes countries accuse you of things that aren't like, they'll have like one, just same thing that Trump and Biden's talking about right now. Trump's like, hey, if I leave office, the next person could come in behind me and persecute me. So these are some of these countries, they're doing that. This is what they could be doing to him in this country. Yeah. When you want a clean house, you want to get rid of the last administration and make sure they can never come back again. You know, that sometimes your enemy, you know, you want to vanquish your enemy. Yeah. This is what you do. You know, you want to accuse him of things, you put him on his back and say he did these things. And then you know, so.
Yeah, well, Donald Trump tried to vanquish America. So I get that. But I see what you're saying. What you're saying. You know what I'm saying? I want to talk about the president out of Colombia, the country, because actually he's, you know, doing what the U.S. Doesn't have a backbone to do. Colombian President Gustavo Petro on Wednesday described Israel's actions in Gaza as genocide and announced that his government would end diplomatic relationship with Israel effective Thursday. But he didn't address how the decision would affect Colombia's military, which uses Israel's built warplanes and machine guns to fight drug cartels and rebel groups, and in a free trade agreement between both countries that went in effect in 2020. Also in the region, Bolivia and Belize have also severed diplomatic relationship with Israel over the Israel-Hamas war.
And so and it's not in that same region, but Turkey has halted all trade with Israel, cites worsening Palestinian situation. I mean, this is like $7 billion that they do in trade between each other. I think they were talking about cutting off their access to the Black Sea. I believe that's the Black Sea.
Turkey and Colombia standing on business right now.
I mean, a lot of countries are right now, and I think it's really gotten to the point to where they see that this is I mean, I was watching a video today where they're speaking out. They're saying what it is. You know, Barbados is asking for $4.9 trillion. I believe it's from France. Just as far as reparations. So countries are starting to see that they're speaking out on the fact that this is ran along racial lines a lot of times. It's not always the fact that it's just something that just seems to be happening. It just seems to be happening to countries of color. You know, you're allowing certain countries to do certain things willy-nilly and not have to take responsibility for them. And so I feel like with Turkey doing this, and also with Colombia, like you said, Colombia, there was an important caveat to that. Colombia has a lot of military grade weapons that they get from Israel. So now are they going to be able to get replacement parts for these weapons? Who are they going to have to, you know, this may, you know, spill over to the fact that where they have to change over who they buy weapons from. You know, halting diplomatic ties is different than halting economic ties. Yeah. You know what I mean? They still can say, okay, I'll still buy weapons from you, but we ain't fucking with you as far as you being in our country. We ain't doing no kind of we're not helping out, coming to your aid at different conferences when you want to speak out on Israeli you know, what you guys have going on with other nations in your region. We're not doing that with you anymore. So that's why I think that kind of changes up the dynamic of that. What about Trump's potential VP?
Oh, running mate?
Kristi Noem?
Nah, she cooked.
Well, I mean, what they've been saying.
Now, see, Kristi Noem could have came out and made a book where a black man was walking through my yard and he had a Mexican friend with him and I shot them both because I was scared. And they'd be like, good for you, protect your property. But she put in her book that she had a hunting dog. It was a puppy. It wasn't hunting like she wanted it to, so she killed it. That's one thing you don't do to white America. You don't tell them that you killed dogs.
It's kind of crazy that she said that, but I guess
in a book,
I guess they're saying that this is like kind of her almost feeding into, because a lot of people who are hunters and come from that part of the country, they probably would do that.
That's but you don't write about it. You have to worry about look at Americans, especially European Americans, do not care about human life. All right. They will watch. They're watching kids getting beat up in school saying, yeah, do it. They're watching black people get stomped out and killed by police. Do it. But when Fido gets shot or they hear a story about a beagle getting run over, oh my God. I see more commercials in America about saving dogs out the pound than it's about feeding kids in foreign countries. All right? That's one thing you don't do to white folks, bro. Talk about killing dogs.
He said it was a 14-month-old
14 months is a puppy
pointer named Cricket, who was not displaying the signs of an ideal hunting dog. The governor wrote the dog was untrainable. Jeez. And so this is why she ended up.
The kid came in looking like, hey, where's Cricket? The kid she said, oh, I had to protect my kids. And in the book, it says the kids will ask him where the dog's at. Nah, you fucked up. I don't care what Donald Trump does. He can try to overthrow the government. But what you do, don't kill that chow chow.
Hey, they've kicked her out of. She was supposed to speak at a convention for the Republican Party. They've stopped her from doing that.
Yeah.
Also kind of like said that this was going to be she was a high choice to be VP.
Think about it, bro.
She's very much conservative.
I think Donald Trump was the one president that didn't have a dog. Every other president had a dog. Look, Joe Biden has a dog that bites people. Barack Obama had a dog.
I think he bit somebody too.
Probably. Every president had it. That's one thing. You get a presidency. Hey, I'm the president. Here's my dog. And everyone's like, yay, we like the dog. So we're going to let you stay there. That's one thing you don't do. Hey, I ain't knocking nobody. I got a dog. You know what I'm saying? But you don't talk about killing your dog.
She killed her dog.
We go to Chinese restaurants and joke about eating cat, but no one jokes about eating a dog. All right. You don't, she's done for. She's cooked. There's nothing you can. I think even Donald Trump came out and said something about her.
He did. He said, he's pretty much not going to choose her to be his
Of course not.
It doesn't make sense right now. That's I don't think he wanted her anyway.
They'd be like, Trump, you can be a dictator, but hold on. What you do to pickles?
I think that, at the end of the day, he would have defended her if she was strong on his list. I think he's going to go with her.
Nah, bro, you can't defend that. She could have done anything else. Look, this woman could have had, and she lied talking about she went to go see Kim Jong-un from North Korea, which is a stupid lie. We would see the photos. Who's not going to, like, yo, get in the photo, homie. Yo, I'm putting this on the gram. Now, hold on. But she's talking about killing dogs, bro. That don't fly with a lot of Americans. That's one thing a lot of Americans agree on. We don't agree on much.
But we do it.
We ain't into killing dogs.
That's an American staple right
there.
Do not kill animals.
I'm surprised that they didn't get rid of the bald eagle and just put the dog up there. A German Shepherd.
But y'all make sure y'all get out. Do we have one more subject?
No. I think we good. Make sure y'all get out there, like, listen, share, subscribe. Uncommon Courtesy. Tell your friends.
Check us out.
Yeah.